wheatgrass juice helpful? And if you have like a chaser of pomegranate juice that's not live, does that interfere with the absorption of the wheatgrass juice?
Dr. Floor was Ann Whitmore's assistant for the last 22 years of her life. And she says when you do wheatgrass, do it all by itself and leave it in your mouth for 2 minutes to let it absorb sublingually. And then the body temperature warms up the starches, converts it to sugar, and you won't have the digestive problems that some people have. The reason why, rule number one, don't combine fruits and vegetables. A long time ago I read, and I've never seen anything to confirm this, that it takes about 5 minutes for fruit to empty your stomach and about 10 or 15, or about 15 for vegetables. If that's really true, then you wouldn't want to do a chaser right away. But if you leave it in your mouth, it's going to be absorbed sublingually, and it shouldn't affect the assimilation of it.
But leaving that in your mouth, I
That phrase, taking your medicine, boy, that really applies here, doesn't it?
grasses, well, according to Victoria, if it's a green leaf, it's okay to mix it with fruit. But like cucumber is not a leaf and therefore it's not okay. So grass, she said if you can wrap it around your finger, then it's a leaf and you can mix it with fruit. But I was wondering if the grass is live and the pomegranate is dead, would that be a problem?
I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, the main reason why the Juice Feast works so well is because it gives our body what it really wants, a vacation, a solid food vacation. And then it changes the ionic pressure in the colon. Most of our problems are not due to deficiency. Most of them are due to toxicity.
Okay.
Most of them. I saw a hand over here a while back, and I didn't get to you earlier. I'm sorry.
On your sheet on supplements, you have the chocolate theater on there. And I have a rather large gallstone that I'm going to work on dissolving. Slowly, I know it'll take time. What is your protocol during a juice feast?
You bet. So glad you brought that up. Yes, I have the Chanca Pietra listed on there. I like to have my students do the Chanca Pietra at the onset of the Juice Feast. And you can go to Whole Foods, they got a product called Stonebreaker, and just follow the instructions on that container. It'll tell you to take a dropper full 3 times a day. And I would go ahead and do that for at least a month. I just found a product, and the name of it escapes me right now. I'll probably think of it momentarily. But there's another product that has Chanca Pietra in it, and it's delivered by way of a suppository. To me, that makes a lot of sense. This is supposed to get right straight to it in a much more efficient manner.
Is there any concern about when taking that, because what I want to do is dissolve it
Right.
without having it come out. I don't want it to get the gallbladder to go crazy and want to expel it again. So that's not part of the action plan because it's really going to work on it.
Yeah, it just dissolves it. Yeah, it just dissolves it. So basically when we're doing a juice feast, we want to support all of our organs of elimination, which I'm getting to here just in a few minutes. But we also have to understand that we have to be aware of any temporary impairment we have. I talked about this just a little while ago. And if we have gallstones, if our liver is compromised, we might not be making certain level 2 nutrients. You might need additional supplements. You might not even be making any cholesterol. Cholesterol is a precursor to every hormone we got. If you're not making cholesterol, you're in trouble. A lot of health problems might be traced back to that. If your liver is compromised, you might not be making certain level 2 nutrients like taurine, which is a sulfur amino acid our liver needs to make the glutathione. So it's really, in 90% of the cases, it doesn't matter. Most of us can do this and not worry about a thing. But the rest of us, if we're not seeing the results we're looking for, it's because we've got some sort of permanent damage or temporary impairment that we still have to address. So in addition to supporting the organs of elimination, we want to support all of our organs that are temporarily impaired. Yes?
I had never heard of that. Chanca Pietra, what is that?
It's an Amazonian herb. It translates to break stone. And it breaks stones in your kidneys and in your gallbladder.
Is it a liquid or powder?
You can buy it, if you go to Whole Foods, you'll get it in a tincture form, But you can buy it in a pill form. You can buy it in a tea form if you want to make a tea out of it instead.
So do you put it in your juices? Is that what?
No, they tell you to put it in water, and that's real important because that's the delivery system to make sure it goes to where it needs to go.
Not just in the
They don't specify, and I'm not sure if it matters. That's a good question.
So
Juices,
that's something you're recommending because it's on your sheet? That's what I was confused.
it's an option that you can, I believe, well, you have to support all your organs of elimination. The liver is a big organ of elimination. Whether or not you need to do anything extra or not is questionable. When I'm coaching people, most people don't have issues, and they don't have to do anything special. But if you're doing everything right, if you're drinking plenty of juice, and you're making sure your bowels are moving, and you're supporting all the other organs of elimination except for the liver, and then you have what's called a cleansing reaction, which I'm getting to in just a moment. That tells me your liver can't handle this toxic load. Because as soon as you start drinking juices, and as soon as you start flushing out this waste matter and the ionic pressure changes, every cell starts emptying out its waste matter. And we may have as many as 100 days worth of toxins coming out of our body in one day. And sometimes the liver can't handle that toxic load. This was the secret, this was the trick, I should say, to Dr. Gerson's protocol. He was specializing with people with cancer, and he says, you don't get cancer unless your liver is damaged. And he found that if he didn't do something to help support the liver when they were drinking all these juices, that they would have these severe cleansing reactions. So he was very adamant about this. He says, don't drink juices without the coffee enemas. Don't do the coffee enemas without the juices. For every coffee enema you do to support the liver, you got to drink 24 ounces of vegetable juice. So he was using coffee enemas in his protocol. They still do. And that's what I used to use in the past, but I didn't have to tell that many people about it. Not that many people had any problems. But if you are